There are moments in life when the path ahead seems utterly impossible. When every step is a battle, every breath a struggle, and the odds stack against you so relentlessly, it feels like the universe itself is testing your very will. For Alex, a young, aspiring athlete, his journey wasn't just a challenge. It was an unrelenting war against a body that betrayed him, a dream that seemed perpetually out of reach, and the chorus of voices that whispered, "Give up. You'll never make it." He was driven by a single burning desire, yet faced an insurmountable mountain of physical limitations, brutal setbacks, and the crushing weight of public doubt. He wasn't born with extraordinary talent. He wasn't handed opportunities. What he possessed was something far rarer, an iron will, a spirit that refused to break, and a relentless, almost obsessive determination to push past every barrier placed in his way. He fell countless times. He failed publicly. He endured injuries that would have ended lesser careers. Yet, each setback wasn't a defeat. It was simply another lesson, another reason to push harder, to train longer, to dig deeper. The world saw his struggles, his weaknesses, his pain, but they didn't see the fire in his soul, the unyielding belief that kept him going when everything screamed at him to stop. But what if true greatness isn't born from innate talent, but from sheer, unadulterated grit? What if the most inspiring victories aren't just about reaching the finish line, but about the relentless, often unseen journey through every obstacle? This is the extraordinary, raw, and utterly triumphant story of Alex. It's a testament to the unyielding power of the human spirit, the quiet strength it takes to chase an impossible dream, and the remarkable journey of how one individual, through pure, unwavering determination, didn't just overcome the odds, he rewrote them. Prepare to be incredibly inspired, because this is a heartfelt chronicle about a journey where giving up was never, ever an option. Alex's story began in a small town far from the gleaming stadiums and roaring crowds. As a child, he wasn't naturally gifted. While other kids effortlessly excelled in sports, Alex often struggled. He was smaller than his peers, a bit slower, and sometimes a little clumsy. He loved basketball, though. He adored the rhythmic bounce of the ball, the swish of the net, the feeling of soaring for a layup. His hero was Michael Jordan, and his bedroom walls were plastered with posters of legendary athletes. He dreamt of playing professionally, of hearing the roar of a crowd as he sank a game-winning shot. His father, a hard-working mechanic, was pragmatic. "Son," he'd say gently, "dreams are good, but hard work is what gets you there. And sometimes you gotta know your limits." His father meant well, but Alex heard something else. "You're not good enough." His mother, a quiet librarian, was his silent supporter, often leaving inspiring quotes on his pillow and ensuring he had extra practice time. Alex spent countless hours on the dusty, cracked basketball court behind his house. He practiced in the scorching summer heat, in the biting winter cold, long after his friends had gone home. He missed shots, stumbled, fell, but he always got back up. He ran drills until his legs burned, practiced free throws until his arms ached. He didn't just want it, he needed it. It was an obsession, a quiet fire burning within him. He pushed his small body to its limits, trying to compensate for what he lacked in natural talent with sheer, unadulterated effort. In high school, he finally made the varsity team, not as a star player, but as a bench warmer. He watched his teammates, taller, faster, more agile, glide across the court with ease. He worked twice as hard in practice, staying late, running extra sprints, tirelessly perfecting his jump shot. His coach, a tough but fair veteran named Coach Davies, saw the grit in Alex's eyes, even if the talent wasn't immediately obvious. "You got heart, kid," Coach Davies would often say, "but heart ain't always enough." It was a painful truth. But it fueled Alex's determination even more. He vowed to himself that his heart would be enough. He would prove them all wrong. He would make it, no matter what. His senior year was supposed to be his breakout year. He had grown a few inches, added some muscle, and his relentless practice had finally started to pay off. He was no longer just a bench warmer. He was a valuable sixth man, earning more minutes on the court. Scouts from smaller colleges were even starting to take notice, hinting at potential scholarships. The dream, once a distant star, seemed to glimmer a little brighter. Then disaster struck. It was during a crucial district game in the second quarter. Alex went up for a rebound, came down awkwardly, and felt a searing pain rip through his knee. A sharp, sickening crack echoed in his ears. He collapsed to the floor, screaming, the roar of the crowd instantly fading into a confused murmur. The pain was excruciating, unlike anything he had ever felt. The diagnosis was brutal: a torn ACL and meniscus, a season-ending injury, a career-threatening blow. The doctors were grim. "It's a long recovery, Alex," the orthopedic surgeon explained, his voice solemn. "Months of rehab. And for an athlete, it's never quite the same." Alex lay in his hospital bed, staring at the ceiling, tears silently tracking paths down his temples. All that work, all those hours, all that sacrifice, gone. The scholarship offers vanished as quickly as they had appeared. His teammates moved on, finishing the season without him. He felt utterly broken, not just physically, but spiritually. The dream, which had finally come within reach, had been snatched away, cruelly and unexpectedly. He felt a profound sense of injustice, of unfairness. Why him? Why now? He felt his resolve, once so strong, begin to crack. The rehabilitation was agonizing. Days turned into weeks of excruciating physical therapy, pushing his body through pain, trying to regain lost strength and mobility. There were moments of profound despair, moments when he wanted to give up, to simply let the injury define him. He watched basketball games on TV, a bitter taste in his mouth, seeing others live out the dream that had been stolen from him. His father, seeing his son's spirit wane, would sit with him silently, sometimes just placing a reassuring hand on his shoulder. His mother read him stories of resilience, of comebacks, but Alex found it hard to believe in them. But beneath the despair, a tiny ember of that old fire still flickered. He remembered Coach Davies' words, "You got heart, kid." And he remembered his own vow. His heart would be enough. He wouldn't let this injury be the end. He would fight. He would find a way back. It was a silent promise he made to himself, etched in every painful stretch, every agonizing lift. He might be down, but he was not out. Not yet. The comeback was slower, harder, and far more unconventional than Alex could have ever imagined. His knee healed, but his speed, his agility, his explosive power, they weren't quite the same. The college scouts didn't call back. His high school career was over. The traditional path was closed, but Alex refused to accept defeat. If the front door was locked, he'd find a window. He started researching, voraciously, every aspect of athletic performance, recovery, and mental toughness. He read biographies of athletes who had overcome similar injuries, devoured books on sports psychology, and studied advanced training methodologies. He became his own coach, his own physiotherapist, his own nutritionist. He devised a brutal, personalized training regimen. He woke before dawn, running miles through the quiet streets, pushing himself past the pain barrier. He spent hours in the local community gym, not just lifting weights, but focusing on functional strength, on rebuilding his core, on strengthening every muscle around his knee. He practiced his shot thousands of times, refining his technique, making every movement efficient, precise. He focused on aspects of his game that didn't rely solely on explosive athleticism: his passing, his court vision, his mental acuity, his ability to read the game. He honed his free throws until they were almost perfect. His friends, now off at college, sometimes called, wondering what he was doing. Still training? They'd ask, a hint of pity in their voices. For what? Alex never explained. He just nodded. He didn't need their understanding. He needed to prove it to himself. His parents watched with a mix of pride and worry, seeing his relentless dedication, but unsure of its ultimate purpose. He tried out for small, semi-professional leagues, facing rejection after rejection. He wasn't fast enough, wasn't strong enough, wasn't the complete package. The coaches were polite, but their message was clear. He felt the familiar sting of disappointment, but he refused to let it fester. Each rejection wasn't a dead end. It was a redirection. He meticulously analyzed his performance after every tryout, identifying weaknesses, refining his strategy. He found a mentor in an old, retired basketball coach, Coach Miller, who ran a small, dilapidated community gym. Coach Miller had seen countless aspiring athletes. He saw the fire in Alex's eyes, the unyielding determination that reminded him of his own youth. "You got something, kid," Coach Miller rasped, watching Alex run drills for hours. "Something money can't buy. Grit. But grit ain't always enough without a plan." Coach Miller became Alex's guide. He pushed Alex harder than anyone ever had, but also smarter. He taught him the nuances of the game, how to play smarter, not harder. He showed him how to use his incredible endurance, his perfected jump shot, and his unwavering mental toughness to his advantage. He helped Alex understand that his unique journey, his struggles, could become his greatest strengths. He taught him patience, resilience, and how to find opportunity where others saw only closed doors. Alex was no longer just chasing a dream. He was building a new path, brick by painful brick. He knew that the path was long, uncertain, and filled with more obstacles. But he would not give up. He simply couldn't. Years passed. Alex was no longer a young man fresh out of high school. He was in his mid-20s, still training relentlessly, still playing in obscure leagues, still chasing the elusive professional dream. He had graduated college with a degree in sports science, using his own body as his primary case study. He had developed a unique, almost obsessive understanding of biomechanics, injury prevention, and peak performance. His coach Miller had retired fully, his health failing, but his belief in Alex never wavered. "You're built different, kid," Miller had said in one of their last conversations. "Not just your body, but your mind. You'll find your arena. It just might not be the one you're looking for." That arena came in the most unexpected form. An email arrived one day from a relatively new experimental sports league called the Endurance Challenge. It was a hybrid sport, combining elements of basketball with extreme obstacle course racing and endurance tests. It was designed to push athletes to their absolute physical and mental limits, rewarding not just skill, but unparalleled stamina and an unbreakable will. The league was looking for unique athletes, those who specialized in resilience rather than explosive speed. Alex, with his meticulously trained endurance, his perfected shot, and his unyielding mental toughness born from years of setbacks, was a perfect, if unlikely fit. He tried out. He wasn't the flashiest player, not the fastest runner, but he was the one who never stopped. He was the one who, when everyone else faltered from exhaustion, kept going. He was the one who, with trembling hands, still sank the winning shot after a grueling obstacle course. He was the one who refused to quit. He made the team, not as a star, but as a wild card, an experiment. The media, initially dismissive, called him the grinder the old soul. They didn't see the years of relentless, lonely work, the sacrifices, the sheer force of will that had brought him to this point. They only saw a quiet, unassuming player who simply wouldn't give up. His journey in the endurance challenge was grueling. He faced younger, seemingly stronger opponents. He suffered new injuries, endured brutal training regimes. There were moments when his body screamed in protest, when his mind begged for rest. But he remembered the ache in his knee from so long ago, the sting of being told he wasn't enough. He remembered his silent vows, and he pushed through. Every single time. His performances weren't always flashy, but they were consistent. He was the one who always finished, always persevered, always found a way. He became known for his incredible endurance, his unyielding focus, his ability to push through pain others couldn't tolerate. He was the embodiment of pure determination. Fans started to notice, not just for his athletic ability, but for his spirit. They saw themselves in his struggles, in his unwavering refusal to give up. He became an unlikely inspiration. The final championship game of the Endurance Challenge was the ultimate test. It was a brutal, multi-stage event, pushing athletes through an obstacle course, a long-distance run, and finally, a head-to-head basketball shootout, all under immense physical and mental duress. Alex was exhausted, his muscles screaming, his lungs burning. He saw his younger, more agile opponent pull ahead in the running portion, looking strong, confident. The old doubts began to creep in. You're not fast enough. You're too old for this. You should have given up. But then he saw a familiar face in the crowd. His mother, her eyes shining with pride. And next to her, Coach Miller, frail but beaming, leaning on a cane. And suddenly, the doubts vanished. He wasn't doing this for external validation anymore. He was doing it for every single moment he refused to quit, for every single painful rep, for every single silent promise he made to himself. He was doing it because he was Alex, and Alex didn't give up. He found a burst of energy he didn't know he had. He surged forward in the final obstacle course, his movements precise, efficient. He caught up to his opponent in the basketball shootout. It came down to the final shot, a free throw. The crowd was deafening, the pressure immense. He took a deep breath, just as Coach Miller had taught him. He focused on the net. He released the ball. Swish. It was perfect. The buzzer sounded. Alex had won. He dropped to his knees, not from exhaustion, but from overwhelming emotion. He had done it. He had achieved his dream, not in the arena he expected, but in the arena that was truly meant for him. He had faced every single odd, every single setback, and he had never, ever given up. Alex's victory was more than just a championship. It was a profound culmination of a lifetime of unwavering determination. His story exploded. He wasn't just the grinder anymore. He was the indomitable spirit, the man who never quit. His humility, his honest acknowledgement of his struggles, and his relentless pursuit of his dream resonated deeply with millions. He became a symbol of resilience, a living testament to the truth that talent is secondary to will. He used his platform not to boast, but to inspire. He wrote a book, The Unyielding Path, sharing his journey, his setbacks, and the mental strategies he used to push through despair. He started a foundation, No Limits, providing mentorship and resources for young athletes who faced similar physical or mental challenges, helping them find their own unique paths to success. He became a sought-after motivational speaker, traveling the world, sharing his message. You might not be the fastest or the strongest or the most naturally gifted, but if you refuse to give up, if you commit to the work, if you believe in yourself when no one else does, you can achieve anything. Your determination is your greatest strength. He never forgot Coach Miller, who passed away shortly after Alex's championship win. Alex dedicated his first major trophy to him, acknowledging the man who saw his heart when others only saw his limits. He built a state-of-the-art training facility in his old hometown, a place where young athletes, regardless of their natural ability or physical setbacks, could come to train, to learn, to believe. It was a testament to his origins, to the dusty court where his journey began. Alex's life was a vibrant tapestry woven with the threads of perseverance, sacrifice, and an unwavering belief in himself. He proved that true strength isn't about avoiding falls, but about always getting back up. It's about the silent battles fought alone, the relentless pursuit of a dream against all odds, and the profound satisfaction of knowing that you gave absolutely everything you had. He wasn't just an athlete. He was a living monument to pure determination. His story reminds us that every single one of us carries an incredible reservoir of strength, a boundless capacity for resilience, even when we feel weakest. It's about finding that fire within, holding on to it fiercely, and letting it light your path, one determined step at a time. Because when you commit to never giving up, the journey itself becomes the greatest victory, and the destination simply a confirmation of your indomitable spirit. If Alex's incredible journey of pure determination resonated with you, if it ignited a spark of resilience or reminded you that giving up is never truly an option, please take a moment to like this video. Your likes help us share these powerful true stories of unwavering spirit with more people who need to hear them. And if you're moved by true tales of the human spirit, extraordinary courage, and life's triumphant comebacks, be sure to subscribe to Heartfelt Chronicles. We bring you inspiring stories every week that remind us of the boundless strength within us all. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss another journey with us. What's a dream or a challenge you've faced where you simply refuse to give up? Share your own stories of pure determination in the comments below. Let's celebrate the indomitable spirit that lives within us all. Thank you for watching. And remember, your greatest victories are often forged in the moments when you choose to keep going, even when everything tells you to stop. See you in the next chronicle.